I'm Ella Crowley and I'm a feminist. Now, that word has been warped and twisted by female extremists who believe that men aren't needed to continue the human race. I don't agree with this, and I believe that anyone who does and claims to be a feminist is lying. Feminism means the belief in the social, political and economic equality of the genders. Women have been fighting for equality for hundreds of years, yet we still live in a male-dominated society, in the workplace, in school, in public. I'd like to talk about how women's bodies are sexualised in everyday life. Who here likes Harley Quinn? I do. In fact, she's one of my favourite fictional characters. Margot Robbie, who plays Harley Quinn in Suicide Squad and Birds of Prey, has said that she felt uncomfortable during Suicide Squad. It's a male-directed film, David Ayer, as is evident from her costume. She was forced to wear tight-fitting and revealing outfits and then had to act and perform stunts in these. She has said that she felt uncomfortable and unhappy doing this. But in the female-directed Birds of Prey, Cathy Yan, Margot was able to revise the role of Harley Quinn in outfits that she felt more comfortable in. And this happens throughout the media, in video games, films and TV shows. And the media's representation of women has started to seep into daily life. Women are told they have to wear certain items of clothing, usually things that are uncomfy, for the excuse that it arouses the men, whereas men can wear tight-fitting clothes and even go around shirtless if they want, and no one comments on it. How is that equal? Even in schools, girls are told that they aren't allowed to wear leggings without a skirt over the top, as it highlights certain areas, yet boys are allowed to wear tight-fitting jogging bottoms, which highlight certain areas. Women are told they have to cover up for fear of making men uncomfortable, but men aren't told to cover up for fear of making women uncomfortable. This is a blatant inequality. Let's look at the statistics. 7 in 100 women will suffer from domestic abuse in a year, whereas only 4 in 100 men will suffer from domestic abuse. That means that 1.6 million women compared to 786,000 men will suffer from domestic abuse in a year. This is because men tend to see women as weaker and easier to dominate. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that those 786,000 men aren't victims or their pain is any less than a woman's, but I am saying it is statistically more likely to happen to a woman. 51% of the UK are female, and yet our representation in the Houses of Parliament is shockingly low, at only 39% of MPs being female. And this is evident through female needs not being addressed, such as the price of sanitary products. 75% of all low-wage workers in the last 10 years have been female, and it's harder for women to find a job that is higher paying or to progress in a company. In 2019, on average, men aged 22 to 29 earned £32 more a week than women. Men aged 30 to 39 earned £62.90 more a week. Men aged 40 to 49 earn £127 more a week. And men aged 50 to 59 earn £159.50 more a week. The gender pay gap is one of the things that is deep-rooted within the UK and needs to be sorted. By many in society, women are still seen as the homemakers and the ones who stay at home to look after the family. But this is wrong. Men and women can both cook and clean, and men and women can both go to work. There is no reason for old, outdated stereotypes to be upheld. But men write the history. I'm sure many of you know that Henry VIII had 6 wives and that he divorced Anne of Cleves because she was ugly, but that's not the whole story. While travelling to meet the King in Greenwich, Anne decided to stop to rest in Rochester. While she was there, the King decided he would travel up to meet her in disguise, which Anne did not expect. When he showed up, she, of course, didn't recognise him and treated him as a servant and with distance. She hurt his ego, so he didn't want to be married to her, but because he writes the history, it's because she was ugly. So yes, the UK is unequal, no matter how hard you try to argue the alternative. The suffragettes fought for votes and for jobs, and now is the time to expand on what they've fought for, reducing the gender pay gap, reducing the amount of sexualisation, and working towards a more equal society where everyone, no matter of age, gender, race or sexuality, has the same chances. Thank you.